Okay. It's thank you, Garrett. Thank you everyone for sticking with it. This is really frustrating. I'm just glad that this didn't happen during the big 12-hour live. But I'm really hoping that this is at least, nope, it's not resolved because it's still broken. I don't understand. Nothing is like, no, I have my task manager open over here on the right screen here. Nothing is running at super, nothing is spiking. Like, I don't know why it's so rough. I don't understand it. Like, I'm not using a ton of memory. Not using a ton of graphics. Not using a ton of my CPU. I don't get it. But in any case, we're going to try and continue here. So, while people slowly trickle back in, hopefully folks start to find the stream again. But we are going to go ahead and open up this box here from Sam to me, and we're gonna see what exactly it is Sam has sent to me. I don't know, it doesn't seem like my Wi-Fi is bouncing all over the place. It doesn't seem like it, and there's not a ton of differences, or not a ton of devices on the network right now, so it shouldn't be. But in any case, we're just gonna keep going and pretend like things are fine, even if they aren't. So we're gonna cut open this box from Sam here. And we're gonna see what's inside. Ooh, paper. How did you know that's exactly what I wanted? Whoa, holy. We have a treasure trove of items in here. Go ahead and take everything out here. Get rid of this paper. Gotta prepare for Christmas. Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and one by one see what everything is here that Sam has sent me. I know he's been trying to get rid of some stuff, and he's got some stuff for me to work on here, but we're gonna go one at a time here. Where did my X-Acto go? Nope. It's a metal brush. There it is. There we go. Okay, what is our first car here? Oh, the Naugatuck's Plastics. Sweet. That'll be a fun car. It won't really run on my layout very much. Well, I don't know. I might be able to run it to the, well, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, GPU is spiking. Why is my GPU spiking? Too much motion, I guess? Yeah. So, I figured out what it is then. It's the graphics. So, I guess it is. It really is that my computer doesn't like too much movement, Sam. Well, good thing is I've already known that my graphics card has been a problem for a while now and was planning on bringing it in to see what the heck is going on with that. Anyway. Because it's just using the built-in Intel UHD graphics card because it doesn't think it has a good one anymore. Yeah, just move really slowly. No kidding, Adam. Dan, good evening. Good to have you. Bath and Hammondsport. Sweet. Alright, next car, after we had the Bath and Hammondsport. Yeah, I might have to get an external card. We're gonna see. I'm gonna bring it into the shop, because it used to have it came with an NVIDIA graphics card in it. It came with an NVIDIA Quadro P2200, I think it was. And that got me through school. And I don't know why it decided it didn't have one anymore, but I'm going to bring it into the shop and hopefully they can fix it for me. It's a pretty nice Bang & Olufsen reefer. Sweet. This last one of these, and then we have the two that I know you want sent back to you, Sam. This one's... Ooh, Berlin Mills. Yes. Yeah, I remember the... I remember most of these, but the Bang & Olufsen one is a surprise, and I'm happy. It makes me happy. Yeah, he was still watching on the other stream. Oh boy. Yeah, nothing was happening over there. You got that right, Heath. But now we have these 4 beautiful cars here that I gotta weather up and get couplers on them and stuff. But I'm very happy with these. I'm especially excited about the Berlin Mills car and the Bang & Olufsen car. The other two are sweet as well. But thank you so much for all of these, Sam. And now we have these two, which I know you want sent back over to me, or to you, from me to you, which is a pair of FMC 5077s. And that means we will have... I gotta double check what... Maybe Paul is... I don't know if Paul is still here. I don't know if he's made the migration. But I don't know if he is still around. But I pull up the pictures on my phone. Because that will be 3 different types of... per diem boxcars that the railroad will have now. So, and each one's going to have its own number series. I think, well, the 5344s are the 25-1 series. I got to double check my photos, but I believe the one I sent to Paul is which is the 5277s. Those are, yeah, that's the 25-2 series. So the FMCs will be the 25-3 series. So we'll have, I don't know, 25-302 and 304 or something like that. And those will both be heading back your way, Sam, before too long. I just got to get the decals for them ready to go and all that. I'll see if I can squeeze in, the decals on this decal order I'm prepping right now. Good evening, Denny. Good to have you. Just showing off some stuff here that Sam sent to me. A pair of FMC 5077s. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, 5077s are different. Okay, so a pair of FMC 5077s that will eventually be heading back to Sam in BNCCS paint and lettering. And then a quad of pretty sweet cars for me to keep, including the Bath and Hammond support, 50-foot box, and is this 50? Is the 5270? Yeah, 5277 as well. We got the Naugatuck's plastic covered hopper here, plastic pellets, and that will be, I guess, a module I will have to design at some point here. Is a plastics plant to be representing the Naugatuck Plastics, because it would be, I'm pretty sure, on the BNCCS, if I checked the map correctly. Beautiful Berlin Mills car, 5077 as well, and Bang & Stick insulated locks. I'll have to go out and check my mailbox, Heath. Give me a minute. Heath has sent me some stuff too, some fancy stuff to work on. Nothing for me to keep, just stuff for me to work on for him. So that'll be fun. Alright, now let me get all these cars out of the way here. But yes, thank you so much. I 100% will enjoy them, Sam. I greatly appreciate the cars. I'm looking forward to getting them weathered, getting them ready to go. And working on those FMC cars for you. So now we come to the main goal of tonight, which is going to be harder to show given the fact that the stream is collapsing in on itself every 5 minutes from high GPU usage. Here is the T-Trak module that we will be working on tonight. This is one of the two middle modules on my Hopewell Junction module set. Thank you, Sam. Okay. So our goal tonight is to take some foam and shape it into a hill. And that's pretty much it. Any chance it's the fundraising icon? Oh, for the cars that, Hey, Scott! $50 more towards the, $50 more towards the cause after 50 more miles of walking. Thanks so much for keeping up on that. It means a ton. I don't think it's the fundraising icon in the top corner there, because it worked fine before. Worked fine for the first 3 streams. It's just last week and this week that it's really been struggling. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Yeah. I appreciate it so much. John, welcome in. And since I've officially added it in as of tonight. Since you donated more than $1, we get to do a Truth or Dare card. Because I put that in there now. So, we're going to go ahead, take the Truth or Dare cards that, Windows Defender is not running. I can't figure it out, man. But yeah, I am officially added into the fundraiser that if anyone donates $1 or more, I'm gonna be doing a Truth or Dare card, which Breakthrough T1D was happy enough, or was good enough to send me as part of the stream package. So we're gonna go ahead and do one of these real quick. We're gonna pull one from the middle. So Scott, what do you want, a truth or do you want a dare? I grabbed a card, and one side is truth, and the other side is dare, and when you let me know, we'll figure out what side to read. Sean wants a dare, but what does Scott want? Because he's the one who donated. In the meantime, I'm trying to find a solution here. Dare. Dare it is. Dare is sing the last chat message out loud like I'm a heavy metal singer. So I'll let another chat message come in here. Unless we want me to do Sean's. Because maybe I'll just do Sean's. But Sean's last message was, "Sir, I will be right there. If only you live closer." That was the last message before the dare. So, we'll go with that one. So, for everyone and anyone else, anyone who wants to do a truth or dare, $1 is all you need to donate. All right, let's get this foam out here. Alright, so I need to figure out about how much foam I need, and then I can trim it from there. Where's my pencil? Right here. So, this is the start of the bridge. So I'll pull that up. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing a lot of marking on this piece of foam here. There, which is about there. So I need about that much foam. All right, let's turn on my foam cutter. Actually, let's get the different end onto the foam cutter. Where did the third end go? Let's get this end in there. Let's try this one. Glad you guys enjoyed my beautiful singing. Alright, let's turn this on. Oh boy, Sean with 10. Alright, Sean. What is it? What'll it be? Truth or dare? And thank you so much for the support, too. It means a ton to me. Does this mean 10 dares? We'll give you a couple, maybe. But the idea is really one donation to one dare. Or truth. But I assume that means you want a dare. So let's go ahead and pull the top card. I'm going to pretend my mouse or controller is a hot potato. Alright, let me turn this off. That way I don't burn my house down. Because this is a little hotter than a hot potato. So we're gonna take my mouse and try and I dropped it. It's too hot, I can't hold it. Alright, I think that's about enough of that. I hope that was at least somewhat visible to you all. because that was fun for me. Now I have to dig my mouse out from underneath my desk. Don't break it. This mouse is pretty durable. I've had it for a number of years now. It is a pretty expensive mouse, but it's very durable and it's very nice. So it's cooled down, so I can hold it now. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. Speaking of my desk, well, I guess not really speaking of my desk, but speaking of my space, yes, exactly. The money is indeed going to a great cause, and I greatly appreciate you helping out with it, Sean. But speaking of my space, this may be one of the last, the next couple weeks will probably be the last couple weeks you'll see me in this space, as I am getting ready to move over to my grandmother's house. And once I'm at my grandma's house, I'll have a separate room for, my bedroom and my hobby room, which will be great for my focus. It will also be great for my space. I'll be able to have much more space for all my hobby stuff, rather than having to shove it all into the space that I also need to, sleep. Sounds good. Sounds good, Sam. Thank you again for all the stuff. Greatly appreciate it. And looking forward to getting those cars back to you, those two FMCs. Funnily enough, Scott, you say that, but it kind of is. Not quite a river, it's a little creek. And it's not a ton of woods, but I do have to go over a creek and through some woods to get to grandmother's house I go. But yep, I picked out a bunch of paint chips for today. Literally today, I picked out a bunch of paint chips to figure out what we're going to paint the room. And I'm hoping that within 2 weeks, I will start to move in over there. And then once I start to move in, it shouldn't be too long before I get all my stuff. My goal will be, once I start moving in, my goal will be to get my desk and stuff moved over there in time to do the stream the next week. So I may miss 1 week of streaming. We'll see. But train stream, welcome in. Color cheat green. Something like that, Paul. Train stream, welcome in. Welcome in. Sorry I haven't been more active in your Discord. I'm in so many Discords that it's hard to keep active in everything. Including several that I'm like admin in, so. But good to have you. Alright, let's got this turned off. This is cooled down now. we've got kind of a start with the I'm gonna just pull this over here and just use this utility blade to finish the cut because it's not worth the time and effort that the foam cutter is gonna take me. So close to coming through. Let's see, so this is gonna go like that. Take a big old bite out of this chunk of foam. Alright, toss that out of the way for now. Let's close this utility blade down. I really wish I could scoot this camera up further to try and get a little better view of what everything... Oh, you know what? I think it zoomed back in. I think if I zoom it back out, you'll be able to see better. I don't know why it zoomed back in, but it sure looks like it's zoomed. Properties, configure, camera control, zoom out. Come on, zoom out. Zoom out. There we go. Now you can actually kind of see what's going on here. Alright, so now we gotta go to the foam cutter and use the wire piece to trim all these edges. Do this, that way you should see what's going on here. There we go. That's a bit nicer. Let's get this vertical. That's where the bridge abutment is. Okay, so now let's turn this back off. Set this down off to the side here so I can figure out a little bit of how I want this to actually look. So it's got to be up here. And it's going to kind of come down. Something like that. Okay, so that gives me some guides. And I need this. To be the highest point. Everywhere we go. So all of this has to come that way and down, and then all of this has to come that way. So what we have here is basically I need to shave all of this away, all of this away, and all of this away, roughly. We're gonna try and see what we can manage to get done here. So we're gonna heat this back up. Sounds good, John. Thanks for tuning in. Good to have you. Have a great rest of your night, man. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay, so now we have a problem. Which is that I think I've trapped too much away on the top and not enough on the bottom here. So I need this to be more gradual. Sounds good, Garrett. Have a good night, man. Thanks for tuning in. As always, good to have you. Alright, that's not too bad. There we go. Well, it's okay, I suppose. I really do just need to get to a point and stop messing. And I think I'm at that point. Might have been at that point a little while ago, honestly. There we go. Okay. Now, give me 1 second to grab my ruler, which I dropped earlier. There it is. Where's my respirator? Honestly, this doesn't give off, this is a nice hot cutter. It doesn't give off a ton of fumes. I don't notice any fumes with this cutter. That brings us to an 80-foot bridge, which I think is what it is, either 80 or 90-foot bridge. Let's just quick double check with Google Earth what the actual bridge itself is. But that's what I got with what I did. I honestly may have to redo it, which is fine. I've got a ton of foam. I don't know. I'll probably try and sand it all even. But we've got the road right here, and then all the slopes away down here. Zoom into New York, into Dutchess County, into Hopewell Junction. Where's the bridge? There's the bridge. Okay, the span itself is... The span goes from right there to right there. The span itself is 100 and... 110. So with that basically done, right do need to check now is to make sure that even excess height cars will fit. And the best way, I think, to do that is to take out my good old Microtrains auto rack, open deck auto rack, which I need to at some point go in and reassemble everything, and at some point I'd also like to pick up a few more of these, but there's no point in having them right now because the only time I'll ever run them is at the train shows. Gotta get all these struts back into. Oh my goodness. This is a nightmare. How the heck am I supposed to do this? Gotta get all these vertical posts back attached. And then I gotta get them back all attached this way too. Almost. Oh, I broke one of those vertical freaking pieces. Dang it. Okay, there we go. Alright, I may have to redo this all to add an extra few scale feet of height. Or just regrade this part here to be a more consistent. Because this is what we're facing right now. can pretty clearly see the difference between straight line and the grade. So I think if I regrade it, I can bring it up to 25 because I want it to be 25 feet, which would be about 20 feet, I think, from the railhead. Right, because it's about four scale feet from the base to the railhead on the T-Trak. Okay. Well, that's done for now. What do I do now? I kind of expected that to take a little bit longer than it did. Oh, I guess I could sand it. But I don't think I want to right now. I think instead what I want to do is do some other work for another module. Pull this plug out. Put this away there for now. Out of the way, rather. Not away, but out of the way. I'll throw this on the ground for now. I'll clean all that up after stream. So my plan now, I think, my best course of action, I think the thing that would make the most sense and be the most useful to me right now is to start working on building the house for the Hopewell module. For anyone who has not yet seen my video that I put out today on my modules, go check it out. It's basically the house that I need to build is I have a house kit to put together to represent. It's not going to look the same, really. It's not the same exact style of house or anything, but I've had it for a while now and it's free. I got it for free, so it's going to do the job. So this is a laser art structures kit for a farmhouse. So I think we're going to start trying to assemble this for a little while here, and then we'll maybe wrap stream a little early. So let's go ahead and sort everything out here and see what we have. So that's all glazing. That's going to go over to the side for now. Just dumped my phone onto the floor, but that's fine. A roof is going to stay right over by the windows because I'm not going to need those right now. Siding is definitely all going to stay here for now. This is porch and porch roof stuff, I believe. Wow, these brick molds are, brick casts are really rough. Excuse me. Glad you watched, Adam. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was a good video. Okay. So what color is the house over there? Let me pull up Google Maps real quick. I should do it on my phone. That way it doesn't make the computer even more mad. But let me pull it up on my phone and let me take a look and see what color the house is. Maps. Zoom into Hopewell Junction. Looks like it is gray. Okay. I can do gray. If I find my palette, that is. Where did I put my paint palette? Where did my paint palette go? What the heck? Okay, seriously though, what happened to my paint palette? Oh, there it is. Alright, the white is right here. And the black is right here as well. Perfect. Let's do this. There we go. Now you can actually see what's going on here. Oh, okay. Definitely going to need some more white because it's a much lighter gray. Excuse me. That ought to do it. Still no? Are you kidding me? Alright, let me take half of the paint out of this cup then. That's good, but I need it to be a touch warmer, so I'm just gonna put a drip of this in. Just try and warm it up a tiny bit. Maybe a touch more. Yeah, that did the trick. That warmed it up just a little bit. I think that is pretty good. Okay, let's use this piece here as a test and just see how it's gonna look. There we go. Let's see how this looks. I like that. I think I'm gonna go with it. I think I'm gonna stick with it. Oh boy, you are just down the road, Scott. I can get there in about 20 minutes, so I know exactly where you are on 9. You're probably right by the McDonald's. I hope your walk's been nice, Scott. I hope it's been fun for you to, you know, kind of explore a little bit. For anyone who doesn't know, I think everyone who's around right now probably knows, but Scott has been doing a virtual walk up the eastern seaboard with his treadmill machine thing. And he is, you know, only about 20-25 minutes from my house now as he continues his way north. Only $140 away from the goal. Absolutely. Ah, gotcha, Scott. You're just keeping track of the mileage. I see. And then popping it up on Google Maps. I was a little unsure on how exactly you were doing it, because I know there are treadmill machines that, like, you know, bring you places, but then I didn't know if that's what you had, but that's fun. So, getting outside, getting some walking in, and then keeping track of your distance and seeing where you get. So yeah, like Sean said, we are only $140 away from my $2,000 goal. Although when we hit that, I'm still trying to figure out what a good incentive to push us towards that would be. For when we hit the 2K. But when I do that, I think I'm going to have to push it to 25, because I'm still planning on having all the fundraiser stuff up through December. And you guys have blown me out of the water with your generosity. So I might as well continue to push the goal further up and see how far we can get. But to be clear, my stance on all this is I expect nothing, and I'm incredibly grateful for everything that you guys send in, as far as donations to the cause goes. But while the fundraiser is still live, which is going to be through the month of December, might as well keep pushing it. Today you walked along the Western and Old Dominion Trail. Nice. Oh, I'm working off camera. Someone yell at me. Wow, this stream is really breaking down. I don't know what to do about this. I really do just need to bring the computer into the shop. Be like, what is the deal here? Sounds good, Scott. Hopefully next week I'll have figured out this whole computer issue. And in the meantime, happy Thanksgiving to yourself and to everyone out there. You know, happy early Thanksgiving for all of us United States folks. That's this upcoming Thursday. I know Canadians had your equivalent a couple months back. But for all of you United States folks, I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving on Thursday. I know I'm planning on traveling out to Ohio with my family to visit family out that way, which should be good. It'll be a long drive, but it'll be fun. Pardon me. So 10:40 now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish painting the walls on this house kit, and then I'm gonna call it a night, even if that's a little earlier than normal, just because the quality of the stream is so bad. And I really am gonna try. It may not be fixed for next week, but I'm gonna try in the next 2 weeks to figure out what the issue is and get it resolved, because it's really getting to the point where the stream is almost unwatchable for you guys out there, and I feel really bad about that, because I want you guys all to have a good viewing experience, but it's just not happening. So I'm gonna do some figuring things out, and maybe bring my computer into the shop and be like, what's the deal? Why is my graphics card not functional? So, one thing you got is the family and friends on Thursday, and the train show over the weekend. Friday setup. Looks like snow Saturday and Sunday. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this weekend, no train shows for me. But the following weekend, I have... Well, I've got one train show and then another train-related event. On Saturday, I will be helping out with a Cub Scout event where they ask me it's a Christmas, holiday season, whatever, event. And every year they ask me if I can set up some trains. So I'm going to bring the Lionel setup out, and set up some Lionel's trains for all the kids, Cub Scouts. And then the day after that, I have the Great Train Extravaganza up in Albany. And I'm just gonna shoot video at that show. I know last year I tried to do a lot of live streams from shows. I think it's more trouble than it's worth. I think I'm just gonna, at both that show and Springfield, I'm gonna bring my camera, I'm gonna shoot some of the layouts, I'm gonna shoot some of the products, and I'll catch what I can. While I'm painting, you're looking at trying to render a 3D version of the Port Huron St. Clair Tunnel portal. Sweet. Now, is that before or after they de-electrified the tunnel that you're trying to get that 3D model going? Not that I imagine it makes much of a difference in the tunnel portal. Well, actually it could, because I know when they de-electrified it, they also, well, I don't know if it's the same time, but most recently it's now been modified, I think, if I remember correctly, to fit double stacks and intermodals and auto racks and stuff, but I don't know. Alright, let's... So that all is roof. Try to find what that piece there is, so I know what color to paint it. Oh, is that the decking? I'll bet that's the deck, the porch deck. I think that's what that is. What does the porch look like on this house? Let's see if I can find it. White, straight white. Okay. Small blob of that. Get some on the brush. Excuse me. Members layout is 50s, so it would be in transition before they tore down the station 74. So I think that's the electrified period. I don't recall the dates on that. I just know it was electrified and then it wasn't. But I think that would be in the electrified period. So that's, regardless, it's a sweet tunnel. And I wish you luck in getting that worked out. I wish we had Sam still here, because that's his neck of the woods. I'm sure he knows that. Fun finding out more about your home state. Spend a lot of time near Port Huron. Sweet. Yeah, I believe Sam is by birth a Michigander. I think he was saying he grew up near Detroit. So he knows that area pretty well, too. That was first subaqueous tunnel built in North America. It's still considered. Yeah, it's. I know that much. It's still a major engineering feat. It's pretty impressive. Electric till 58. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was 50s or 60s that they de-electrified. Detroit, born and raised here, last white family on the block. And that house is the only one still standing on that block. Wow. Yeah, urban renewal hit Detroit hard. Urban renewal and, you know, the concept of urban blight, which is a whole... that's something I could talk on for... a long time, but I won't get into all of that tonight. But all that, you know, that concept of urban blight, that hit Detroit real hard. Except my old gang took over blocks and blocks and nothing, yep. Yeah. One more sheet of repainting. Basic layout of stonework for it and the laser cutter program you have. Trying to get it exported to SVG to work on it in Tinkercad, but it's not exporting properly. Dang, that stinks. Sorry to hear that. Computers, am I right? I say in all 3 frames per second. All right, that will do it. I'm just gonna dry brush over these quickly. There we go. That's now, once that paint is all dry, that'll be ready to start assembling. So I'm going to call that a night and restart my computer and see if I can get anything to fix itself. But I hope you all enjoyed, even despite the technical shenanigans and everything that went on tonight. Thank you guys all so much for sticking with me. I hope you all have a lovely Thanksgiving for all of you who are here in the United States. And everyone else, I hope you have a lovely week. And I hope to see you with more frames every second next week. Have a wonderful night, y'all. And I will see you all on the next track.